Here with QB1 of the Auburn Tigers, Payton Thorne here at SEC Media Days. Payton, how's it been so far, man?
It's been good. It's been quick work, very efficient.
Very efficient.
Very efficient.
No huddle, no mercy.
That's right.
Awesome, man. Talk to me about the transition, because last year you got there, and I was like, man, my guy's trying to learn everybody's names on the team, much less the offense after spring practice. Talk about the contrast from last year compared to this year for you, just overall from a comfort level.
Yeah, it's a big difference. You know, you're moving in last year in the middle of summer, trying to get everything set up, trying to learn people's names, like you're saying. You know, there's a lot that was outside of football that I had to do as well, and so it wasn't easy. But this year has been great so far. You know, you settled in, you know your way around. I don't need to pull up my GPS every time I go anywhere anymore in Auburn. So it's been fun and getting to know the guys, getting to hang out with the guys and the coaches as well.
And the SEC is a different beast. Like, the football is one thing, but just like being in the South, like the food, the way they care about football, and like the people, how's that adjustment been for you? Does it feel like home yet after a year there? Yeah,
it does. Like when I talk about coming back, I say I'm going home. You know, I gotta go home. So I feel like this is my home base now. I love the South. I don't think that I'll end up leaving once I'm done playing football. You know, I would love to live. I don't know 100% if Alabama or not. I don't mind Alabama at all, but you know, somewhere down here. So that's been great. It is hot as can be. Yeah. I thought we were getting away with something. In June, it wasn't as hot in Auburn, but in July, it's heated up. So yeah, it's been good.
Lake Martin would not be a bad place to retire. I mean, if you end up on Lake Martin out there in Alabama, like that's. You been to Lake Martin?
I haven't. I'm like one of the lone people who haven't been yet.
Okay.
I need to go.
Okay, perfect.
I need to get there before summer's over.
Before fall camp. Awesome, man. Well, also, there's been some changes on the staff offensively. Talk to me about how comfortable you feel in this new system and maybe how it differs from last year's system.
Yeah, it's a ton different. It is. I'm a big fan of what we're doing right now, and I know my teammates are as well. And you know, I feel like this is Coach Freeze's offense. I know Coach Nix has brought some stuff as well, and you know, I love playing for both of those guys. Coach Nix has brought a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. You know, the pace of play has been great. There's urgency during the summer as well. And there's more attention to detail, which is huge in the game of football, especially when you play quarterback. And so it's been really enjoyable working with those guys, and I'm excited to keep improving with them as we get into camp and then the season gets rolling.
Are y'all doing a lot on the helmet communication? Like, are you hearing Coach Freeze or Coach Nix in your helmet before the play pretty frequently, or what's that like for y'all?
We haven't done much of it yet. We did a little bit in the spring. Coach Freeze was messing with it. I was out there during a walkthrough and with my helmet on. Everybody's probably looking at me like, the heck is this guy doing? And so he was using it, and, you know, obviously none of us really know much about it. The only guys that know much about it are the guys that were in the NFL coaching for a little while. So, you know, it'll be a learning curve for sure. We're definitely going to need to do some of it in fall camp and get used to it.
Do you like it? Does it mess you up? I feel like it's weird.
I don't mind it. You had to, like, you can't be talking while he's talking. You can't hear. And so you have to, like, listen to what he's saying and then go call the play. Or he needs to call it, and then I'll call the play, and then if he has anything else to say, we'll get going after that. But it's not bad. You know, you can hear.
I know y'all aren't big on moral victories. Y'all are competitors. But I look at last season for y'all, and to play two of the best teams in the country, Bama and Georgia, down to the very last drive, very last play, more or less, for some of those, does that build the confidence for this group, or is it like, hey, wipe the board clean, we're on the next year? What's the approach from those games?
Yeah, you know, you'd love to say, hey, wipe the board, we don't remember anything from last year and we're moving on this year, but you do remember those two things. It's like you look at our roster last year versus this year and our coaching staff last year versus this year, and those two games especially, it's like, okay, you know, they were both at home, which helps, but at the same time, football is football. You know, we're playing the game, and we look at what we have right now, and it's like, okay, you know, we think we got a chance to compete, like real deal compete and win these games. And so we're excited about that, and that is at the forefront of our mind to take care of business this year and put ourselves in the best chance to be in the fourth quarter and win the game this year.
How good can Cam Coleman be?
A first-round pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it, Mike. I mean, has he taken strides even since spring? Because we all saw the spring game. We're all like, whoa, okay, that's it's a little bit different just from anywhere else in college football, quite frankly. Has he progressed even since then?
Yeah, absolutely. He is a hard worker. He has a desire to get better. He was just last weekend doing some training with a few NFL guys and learned from them. And, you know, he knows what he wants to work on, and he attacks it. And then he lets you know, hey, did you see that? I did that there. Because he would do some stuff in the spring. It's like, that's like not necessarily good technique, and he gets away with it. It just works. And so it's like I'm sitting there like, what happens when he gets all this stuff down? He's really going to be moving. So he's been great, and I'm really excited to see where his future goes.
Amazing, man. Last question for you. We asked the same question to Graham Mertz. Who is the most football guy on Auburn's roster?
Oh, man, the most football guy.
Like, I think he said he has a guy on his roster, Joey Slackman, who, like, will do smelling salts before every lift and, like, do eye black before lifts. I'm like,
okay,
that's pretty football guy. Yeah. Is there someone that you would say is, like, the most football guy, staff or player on Auburn's roster?
Let's see. Luke Deal pops out at me a little bit. He's also an old man at this point. He's married and everything, and he walks around out there with like a Quad X shirt on. I told him the other day, it looks like he's about to go mow the lawn and like on a Saturday morning. He's a football guy for sure. He's a meathead in a way.
Quad X? 4 X's?
Yeah, but like he's like it's too big for him, but he just likes to wear it. He's like, I like it. I feel good. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Love it.
Whatever you want, but. He's definitely a football guy. He likes to get down and dirty, and he's awesome.
Love it, man. Awesome. Well, Payton Thorne, fired up for big 2024. Excited to watch you ball, brother. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.